I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Let Your Lips Twitch by RA Clarke. This is a humorous short story collection that I received the ARC copy from Eric at Breakeven Books. We're doing a book tour of it. Today is my turn for it. This book just released this month, I believe earlier this month in February, and I absolutely loved everything about it. This was, like I said, a humorous short story collection, and most of the short stories in here were about either everyday people or everyday situations, and most of them were like really short, within just like a couple pages. They were super quick, super easy to read, very accessible writing, and I just loved everything about it. So I'm going to give you kind of a 1 to 2 sentence, very quick kind of summary of what each short story is about, so you get an idea of these kinds of short stories. But keep in mind that because these short stories are so short and humorous, the best part about these stories I can't reveal because that would be spoilers for the stories and then you wouldn't go read the book yourself. So if you like what you hear about these short stories, then you will absolutely love them because the best parts are not revealed. So our going in order of as the stories appear in the book. A Friend in Need is about 2 people who are set up on a blind date via a dating app. I can't say more, like I said, I can't say more because that'll give away spoilers, but that is just the very tip of the story. Self-Help is a short story in the point of view of self-help books at a library, and I absolutely loved this point of view. I need more from these points of views of books in a library or a bookstore or just books in general. I loved it. Don't Pop Till You Get Enough is Charlie's first dance, the nerves of a first dance, a school dance, dancing with your crush, and everything that goes along with that. Date night, maybe overprotective dad dealing with a maturing teen daughter who he thinks is now having sex. Moments to Cherish is about potty training a toddler. For King and Cookies, this was a really fun one. We get 2 points of view in this. The first one is 2 kids playing a knight and magician. You get their imagination in that world in it. And then the other point of view is basically the moms on the sideline on their porch watching this happen, and it flips back and forth between the imagination and the quote real world, and it's just fantastic. Red Nose and a Party Dress is basically the reality when the entertainment cancels during a children's birthday party and what adults would go through to get this to happen. Spicing things up, a husband wants a threesome. He's trying to spice up his marriage. The wife has a bet to prove that's not what he actually wants. There's a lot more to that story, but I can't really say what because that would give away spoilers. Pinching Pennies. This is about a person playing quite literally the horse's ass in a local theater group and crazy things that ensue from that. To Fluff or Not to Fluff is literally about a newlywed couple debating whether a fake Christmas tree needs to be fluffed up. Mr. Regret, this one was a cool one. This is a fantasy short story. Our main character is given the choice to go back and relive and quote fix one of her biggest regrets in her life. She's presented with, I think, 5 or 6 different regrets from her life, and she gets to choose one or none to go back and fix that moment. Jeremiah Rabbit, our main character is a mage, a magician, a wizard, a witch, and they are on the hunt for their new wizard apprentice, and this is the final test in their becoming a magician. Echo Lake, this one was very different. So Helen's husband was turned into a fish and now she has to figure out how to move on. She has caught her husband, essentially, and he turns between being a fish and a human and a fish and a human, and she has to figure out what to do with this. A Not So Silent Night, a dialogue-only story, is all about Santa and Mrs. Claus having marital problems. Happy Accidents is about a couple desperate for money. They go to a party planning to steal jewels, but the party turns out to be a gastronomy party, basically all about food and sex. And then the last story, Clicking, is about two single people who meet over a fox den, a literal fox den. They have come to photograph. Like I said, I gave this collection 5 out of 5 stars. It was just what I needed at the moment. I loved everything about it, and I can't wait for you all to read it. So if you heard anything that you liked in this description, go pick up Let Your Lips Twitch by RA Clarke right now. It's just out the beginning of February. I absolutely loved it. As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.